Well, to the extent that a white supremacist has anything to do with the sexuality of black people worldwide, and they always make sure that they have absolute control over that, the sexuality of black people or non-white people, either directly or indirectly through media or whatever, the influences and whatnot. They want to have the dominant influence, as they do in all areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, for sure, and war. Because when you are going to dominate people, if you're really going to be efficient at it over a long period of time, you have to dominate them in all areas of activity, in everything, in their economics, in their education, in all areas of activity all of the time. You have to be the dominant influence. And for sure, you have to be the dominant influence in anything that has power to it. Now, sexuality of people is very powerful. People's minds, how is it powerful? People's minds are either connected with something sexual all the time, or whereas on a personal level, or even involved with other people. There's always a subliminal message of sexuality of some type in advertising or anything, or in everything that people say, everything that people do. When it comes to the restrooms and whatnot, you have to think about the sexuality of people. If you're putting up a building, I mean, what facilities are you going to have for male or for female? You make everything gender specific. Well, the white supremacists now are so desperate. Apparently, it seems like they're desperate, and have been, say, for the last, I'll say, 40 years. They have really ramped it up, and it's almost like they're in a frenzy to cause as much confusion, because you can't dominate people unless you can cause confusion. And they're going all out to cause as much confusion in the sexuality of non-white peoples. Everywhere that they can, any kind of confusion. Just scramble it up as much as you possibly can. Just drive them completely insane when it comes to anything that even hints of sexuality. Everywhere you look, every time, turn on your television, look in magazines and whatnot, they're just stepping on the gas everywhere. And this is what this is all about. Why? Because the more confusion you can cause, not only in sexuality, but in religion or economics, the more confusion you can cause in any one person's mind, the easier it is to dominate that person. So this is what this is all about, in my opinion. I could be in error. It could be a huge improvement in what's so-called liberalization of sexuality, breaking out of the old mores, the old traditions and whatnot, and just scatter it all over the place as much as you possibly can, and as fast as you possibly can. I mean, coming up with new types of genders, and not just saying gender is not just male and female. Gender can be anything. Gender can be, hundreds of things, not just a few, 7 or 8 or 10 or 12, which is where it is now. But actually, if you use your imagination, you can come up with maybe 200 or 300 different types of genders, all right? And then that will be a great improvement over anything that we have ever had before. Now, that is what the white supremacists are telling the non-white people of this world. It's, your genders, the genderization, male, female, that's a stagnant idea. That's old-fashioned. That is so primitive. That is so backward. I mean, that is not liberating at all. You need to expand your minds, not only in every area of activity, which some areas need to be expanded, but then when they say that you're going to eradicate gender as it has been known, and you're going to present this as to black people as one of the most progressive ideas ever thought up. Forget about the housing. Forget about eradicating disease, polluted air all over, and polluted water wherever you find black people anywhere on the planet. Let's put that on the back burner. You got to do something about your sexuality. Your sexuality is all out of sync with modern day thinking. So you have to really drop everything and get serious about this. Drop your religions, whatever they happen to be, and get serious about this scatterization, this pluralization of sexuality. That's really what you black people really need more than anything. Be serious about it. Put it in your churches. Put it in your schools. Full tilt. I mean, you got to get with this. This is imperative. I mean, don't worry about global warming and all like that. Don't worry about trying to pay off your house note. Put that on the back burner. Try to get this sexuality, in correct perspective. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind, as always. And you black people don't want to be left behind. You want to be up to date. So we white supremacists are telling you, we're at last finally giving you something you can really use and really need more than anything. Teach your young people this, what we're trying to tell you.